This is Ana Hernando, National Board Certified Occupational Therapist and creator of the 12 Steps to Wellness. Continuing along this wellness journey, if you've watched videos 1 and 2, we're working on developing your house of straw, which is your mind. In wellness, it's mind, body, and spirit, and I equate that to being like the 3 little pigs, the straw house, the house of sticks, and then the house of bricks. So, we're on the section now of day 3. What I want to share with you today is to help you understand how fear and anxiety interfere with us and our goals and our desires and pretty much anything that we really want to do. Most people that are out here now talking and sharing and doing workshops and books always talk to you about fear. But I want to share with you an important concept. And that's that fear is not horrible. It really isn't. As a National Board Certified Occupational Therapist, we deal with fear all the time. The way things really work within the mind is caution, fear, and anxiety. That's really the hierarchy when it comes to what everybody else equates to be fear. See, we are these incredible beings, and we have this amazing mind. And how things happen that we become anxious or fearful is through our environment and our associations. See, anxiety, again, is not a bad thing. Anxiety is actually a normal response. It engages the fight or flight response of our bodies in a reaction to stress, and it's to let us know whether we should run away or not. So anxiety isn't really bad. Every single person is anxious in new and unfamiliar territory. That's the way we're wired. So anxiety isn't a bad thing. What makes anxiety a bad thing is when we're constantly perseverating and worrying about what if. Okay? That's what makes it become a bad thing. So it's perceived outcome on your stress, that when you continue to focus on the stress and all the possible outcomes, that then it becomes worry, and a constant worry is what creates bad anxiety. Fear, you've heard lots of people talk about fear as being false evidence appearing real. So the brain takes in all this information and creates all your files. And when something comes up, it refers to the files, and, well, what it's telling you might not be true. How many of you, when you were a kid, were afraid of a clown? Or you were afraid of Chuck E. Cheese? Right? You were fearful of this. I don't know what that is. Well, when you go to a place like that and you're little and you're seeing this creature, you don't have anything in the back of your head that says that's friendly, that's fun, that's okay. So your brain is looking for something that says that's friendly, that's fun, that's okay. If you don't have that type of information in your brain, then you have this fear. Until someone loving comes around and says, it's okay, that's Chucky, it's so much fun, let's go play with Chucky. Now you're getting data that pairs fun, happy, loving family member support with Chucky, and then we get pizza and tokens and games. So now we have a reward. Fear is meant to cause us also to be on guard. Fear becomes debilitating when we perseverate on that, when we can't look at a situation with different perspectives. So when children become fearful of creatures that are in costumes, it's really breaking down to the point where they don't get that that's a person in a costume and that's not going to hurt them. So their perspective is, that's dangerous. Caution. Caution is what is really vital to your survival. And this is where a lot of people mistake fear and caution. Caution tells you to be on alert, to be aware, and make necessary adjustments. For example, pretty much most people, if they're needing to cross a busy street, they are not going to dart across traffic. Most people are not going to dart across traffic, right? They're going to actually look back and forth, and they're going to gauge how fast the traffic is going. They're going to look to see if they have the right of way and there's a stop sign for them, or a person walking, the little symbol to walk across the street. And then when the traffic is slowed down and it's safe, then they'll walk across the street. They are using caution to get them to the other side. They're using calculated risks to get to their end goal. Caution is good. Caution keeps you alert and alive. That is in the mind. Fear and anxiety are all the other scenarios that you're playing out in your head that then debilitate you. Let's go back to crossing the street. If I'm fearful of crossing the street, then it might look like I'm looking, and I can never take the step forward to cross the street, even though I really want to. Anxiety with crossing the street turns into heart palpitations, sweating, irritability, maybe even vomiting to the point where I'm nauseous and I might vomit, and I might even sit down, or I might even just go home. Caution is good. Fear, be aware of it and recognize what it's saying to you. Anxiety, we need to work on some coping skills. And sometimes the anxiety can be so debilitating that medical intervention is required. The mind can run away from you and take you far away from the street that you wanted to cross. What we've got to do is we have to look at, where are we being cautious? Where are we being fearful? And are we being anxious? These three things are part of how we as humans create our realities. And we all want to be cautious. I haven't met anybody yet who says, I want to be anxious. We all want to be highly anticipatory of a beautiful outcome. We don't want to be frozen in our tracks. So today, look at where you are, look at where you want to go. What street do you want to cross? Why haven't you crossed it? Are you anxious about it? Are you fearful about it? Or are you being cautious? Move with caution. Move with caution. So that's what I have for you today. Again, Ana Hernando, National Board Certified Occupational Therapist with holistic solutions and creator of the 12 Steps to Wellness. And I hope you'll tune in to the next video where we move a little bit more about your mind.